Purple Heart Day is always on August 7th. We know that. But to have the ceremony here at the Veterans Memorial in Pahrump is just outstanding. It's outstanding because we get so much support from the community as well as the governmental agencies. George Washington declared it by doing the Purple Merit Badge in 1782. And that began it, and because it was done on August 7th, we've kept the date August 7th all these years. Now, it was, I guess, somewhat in limbo for a few years, and in 1932, the Army reinstituted it as Purple Heart Day. Military Order of the Purple Heart chapter over in Henderson, Dan Peterson, he's the commander. He sponsored us, so we did not have to have the Purple Heart chapter here. So he sponsored the town, and we were going to be a Purple Heart entity for the town of Pahrump. And we had John Koenig, who was commissioner at that time. He said, why don't we do it for the county as well? So Dan Peterson said, sure, we can do both. So we went before the county commission. They agreed to it. And on that day in 2017, the town of Pahrump and the county of Nye both became Purple Heart entities. The American Legion put it on. We scheduled to rotate it between the different veteran organizations. And the Marine Corps League had it, but they asked if the American Legion would step up this year, and then they'll do it next year. Everybody was letting everybody know about this, and I think the turnout was just fantastic. We had a proclamation from the county for the town of Pahrump and the county of Nye. We had that combined, so they would only receive one instead of two. And then Fred brought the one from the governor, so they received two proclamations that they can hang in their different organizations. But each veteran organization received one. Fred is truly outstanding. As he said, I met him right after Faye and I got here. We got here in '08, and Fred and I were friends right after that. And tonight, everybody said I said he was in the Navy. I don't remember that. Following his time in the National Guard, Fred joined the United States Navy and served as an Arabic linguist interrogator. Army. My note said Army, and I know he was in the Army, so I have no idea why I said Navy. Must have just been on my brain. What can I say? To have the guest speaker to be our assemblyman is just right on the top. That's perfect. And I have never had Greg Hafen say no to anything I've asked him to do. So he's always there, he's fully supportive, and we really appreciate him as our assemblyman. The dog tag ceremony is just, it recognizes each branch of the service and all the people for the Purple Heart ceremony, all the members who gave their lives, and all the ones who served. The dog tag ceremony is to say thank you for everything you've done for our country. As a Purple Heart recipient, yes, I received the Purple Heart in Vietnam. My brother was killed the year before I went to Vietnam, so he's also a Purple Heart recipient. And when we talk about Gold Star families, it's a family member that lost someone to war. So when you look at the Gold Star families, there's a Purple Heart somewhere in their family, injured or killed in something by the enemy. We do have people that were killed overseas, but if it wasn't during wartime by the enemy, they're not awarded the Purple Heart. I would say if you know any Purple Heart recipients, or if you know a family that has a Purple Heart recipient, which would make them a Gold Star family, just let them know thanks for what their family member did. If they're a Purple Heart recipient, thank them for what they did, and that's it. It is not congratulations. It is something we were awarded. It's not something we went out looking for.
For the land of the free and the home